Don't worry to speak in
Don't worry
English.
to speak in English. I can
I
speak.
can
I
speak.
can speak. To be able to voice aspiration, we must be able to speak. So here is it. I can speak. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. 92.1 FM Radio Pesona, your best information station. Hello, good afternoon Pesona Inspira. How are you today? This is the second of a 10-day fasting day. So I hope you are in a healthy situation. And of course, Valia back to accompany Pesona Inspira up to 2 p.m. with this special program. For all Pesona Inspira who wants to practicing your English speaking skill, and of course for learning new vocabulary, you can listen us up to 2 p.m. and you can join with us in 0823 2383 9996. And today I'm not alone as usual. I already accompanied by friends who come from Sparkle English Learning Space. Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Hello. There are Reviana or Revi and Abi, right?
Right.
Right. This is not your first time for Abi or Revi. So, do you think that you still nervous or you feeling something today?
Today my nervousness is gone.
Okay.
Because, I feel like this is my. I'm already familiar with this place, so I'm not as nervous as the first, second, and third time I was here.
Since you are already familiar with this place, so maybe someday you can be a permanent announcer in I Can Speak.
Let's hope.
I wish
Let's
to.
see.
Okay, then Revi. Hello, Revi.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, how many times you already announced here as an announcer or co-announcer or guest announcer?
This is the third time.
The third time.
Yeah.
So you already chill and relax for announcing today.
Okay, to be honest, I'm a bit nervous, but it's better than before, I guess.
Okay, and because of you two, both of you are speak English well, so I think I'm so sorry. I think I'm the one who feeling nervous because you are really fluent in English.
Don't be.
Okay.
No worries.
Okay, Pesona Inspira, Abi and Revi is a teacher, English teacher from Sparkle English Learning Space. Maybe Abi or Revi, you can explain us what is Sparkle teach to the students. Not only about English, but also maybe the how you teach, the pattern of teaching or something. Okay, please, Abi or Revi.
Go ahead, Mr. Lee. You're my senior, right?
Okay, so I will tell you about some methods that we used to teach English. Like we usually for the first time of the material, we usually always use what is that, flashcards. Yeah, and then we also use technology. Sometimes we use tab or TV too to engage their what is that, their participation. And then we also use games.
So you don't what is it? The remembering word by word is not the one of the way you're teaching, but also playing a games like a flashcard be a method that you teach before.
Yeah,
Oh,
of course.
okay.
Because if I explain it all time, I think like they will be bored. That's
Yes.
why, we
Yes.
use different methods to
Yes.
teach.
Okay, you can.
Yeah, just
explain to-
like what Miss Gita envisioned, our director, Miss Gita. She envisioned that in today's age, we should teach everything with the method of student-centered learning.
Yeah.
The students have to be self-motivated to learn English, and they have to learn by doing English themselves
Yeah.
in the space of the classroom. So usually teachers are expected to be the dominant role in the classroom, but in Sparkle, students are the dominant player in the classroom. So each class might be different. The teaching method might not be as clear or linear as Miss Revi explained. Maybe there's some variation because each students or group of students behave differently, right? So of course we also need to treat them differently. Yeah, that's how we learn at Sparkle, student-centered learning.
Because the teaching pattern is based on student center, so between one class and other class could be different because every single class has different students, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. And now because of we talking about and what is it like broadcast this program in fasting day, so what we're gonna talk about today?
Well, glad you asked, because today we're going to talk about how to keep your health and fitness in times of fasting Ramadan.
Okay, how to maintain fitness during fasting day. So how to maintain our healthy body, healthy what is it? Healthy soul, healthy mind in fasting day.
Yep.
Yeah. And of course, because there are so many what is it like a bad news out there, maybe it influences us to need to maintain our healthy soul too, right?
Yes.
Okay, Pesona Inspira. For all Pesona Inspira who has your own perspective about maintain your healthy body or maybe maintain your fitness during the fasting day, you can join us in 082323839996. But Revi, Abi, and me will come back after one opening song and some commercial breaks. So don't go anywhere. I can speak. Pesona Inspira, I Can Speak is come back in 92.1 FM Radio Pesona, your best information station. And no, I'm still accompanied by a teacher of Sparkle English Learning Space. There are Revi and Abi, and we're gonna talking about how to maintain fitness during fasting day, or maybe how to maintain our healthiness during a fasting day. And because of today is still fasting day, maybe there are so many people feels like so tired in this afternoon, or maybe feeling sleepy enough because it's already afternoon and they can't remember about the gorengan and then anything that they can eat. And of course for me, I never did any fitness or exercise, sport exercise during my fasting day because I feels like my body weight gain naturally lost and I feels like I don't have enough energy to do exercise. What do you think? I mean, it's like, how about you guys? Do you do some fitness or sport exercise too? In your fasting day? Maybe Revi first.
Actually, when I was I used to do that, like walk around, especially after sahur. When I was kid, I went to the bridge with my friends, but because now I'm quite busy, so I don't do it anymore. After sahur, I usually just
Sleep.
perform prayer,
Prayer.
and then
After
sleep
prayer?
again,
Okay.
just for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, and because I think during Ramadan I don't have any energy left, so I rarely exercise. Yeah, even for light exercise like jogging or yoga or just stretching, I rarely do that.
You
Yeah.
really did it?
I
Like-
rarely.
Rarely.
Yeah.
I think you did the yoga or stretching every day. No.
just once in a moon.
Okay, and how about you, Abi? Since you are not fasting, but how do you feel about the what is like a fasting days vibes in Indonesia, especially in Wonosobo? There are so many people fasting, and they already quite busy with their breakfasting prepare. I mean, it's like you don't have enough time, or maybe you don't have enough friends to invite friends to fitness with you, or maybe to do some sports together. How do you think?
I think, contrary to what you say, Miss Valia, in this month, both Christians and my Muslim friends and Christian friends, all have fast. We fast at the same time, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah. For my Muslim friends, they are preparing for Idul Fitri,
Yeah.
Yes.
and for us Christians, we're preparing for Easter.
Oh, so for
Yeah.
Easter there is fasting days too.
Yes, we have 40-day fast before Easter.
40 days.
Yeah, but our fast to some
Mm-mm.
might be easier, I think.
Oh,
Because
okay.
our only rule is we have to eat until full once per day, once per
Oh.
24 hours.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay. And you did a fasting day, and especially for today, you fast too?
Yep, I also join in the fast too.
Oh, okay.
But while fasting, I still try to keep my fitness. Also.
Oh,
Yeah.
you do fitness in your home, or maybe you going to the gym?
Yeah, I went to the gym. I go to the gym every time I finish my work
Mm-hmm.
to keep my energy up, because I think people think that doing exercise
Mm-hmm.
make you feel low on energy,
Mm-hmm.
but if you do exercise long enough
Mm-hmm.
and routinely, I think your energy actually goes up a little bit.
Yeah. Actually, I think so, but I a bit lazy. Not a bit, but so lazy to do
Same
it.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you think when you come to gym, and is there so many people in gym, or just
Yeah.
one or two people?
Surprisingly, there are a lot of people going to the gym while in Ramadan month.
Oh, okay.
Because I think a lot of them are seasoned people. I mean, a lot of them are people that already used to exercise.
Mm-mm.
So they still go to the gym
Yeah.
because, and maybe they capitalize going to the gym near breakfast, near,
okay.
what is it? Near iftar.
Yeah,
Near iftar, yeah.
Because after they go to the gym, they're really hungry, and then they
Yeah.
can come home and eat warm food.
And
I
yeah,
think it's
and
more satisfying.
and of course spend time in what is it in the afternoon, who really near with iftar time is really important for us, because when we don't have any activity near of iftar time, it will be hard time for us to waiting the azan, to waiting the sirene, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
right.
yeah.
Actually, I talked with a Muslim at the gym. Of course, I asked him like, "Do you still have the energy to go to the gym?" Because as Christians, we can eat whenever we want, as long as it is once per day, right? So I can choose to eat lunch or right before going to the gym. So we still have energy as long as it's once per day. But my Muslim friends have time to eat, right? Only on sahur and iftar. So I asked him, this person, like, do you still have energy? And then he said, the thought of going home to my wife's cooking keeps me going in the gym, like that.
That's funny things.
And yeah, and then I learned that thinking positive things like that, thinking wholesome positive things like that, can keep us going even if we are hungry.
Yeah.
I think humans are special that way. We can still hold our commitment as long as our mind is oriented towards the right place.
Okay. But by the way, I'm interested with your fasting day. Do you did sahur too, or you just don't really sahur? I mean, it's like in Muslim fasting day, we need to
Yeah.
have a breakfast in sahur. How about you?
To me, we have no sahur or even iftar or breakfast. Yeah, our fast rules are like so. First, you can only eat until you are full once per day.
Once per day.
Yeah, once per 24 hour. For
Okay.
example, if I eat in the morning, the next time I'll eat will be in the morning tomorrow.
I see.
Yeah.
How if I eat for twice, but in the first time I don't really feels like fulfill. I mean, it's like I still feel hungry.
Yeah.
Can I eat for the second times?
Now, yeah, that's a lot of question. A lot of people ask us that same question too.
Okay.
Our reply is always like this. What do you mean by eating full? Eating full is eating our usual portion.
Oh, okay.
Our usual portion every day. So if I eat one plate in Lent, we call it Lent, yeah. In Lent, we also eat that same portion we used to eat every single day. So we don't increase it just because to save storage in Australia.
Yeah.
And what do we mean by eating not until full? Only 1 or 2 spoons. One or 2 spoonful you may eat.
Okay.
And it has to be a proper meal. Like for example, 1 or 2 spoon of nasi goreng, for example, 1 or 2 spoon of sate kambing, for example. But we are not allowed to snack in between. So but snacking doesn't make me full. Yeah, that's not the point.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to snack like a lot of the processed foods like that in the middle.
Okay, because feeling fulfill is different. What is it? There is so many different definition when we talking about the fulfill, right?
Yeah,
so
full.
that's why there is a regulation about this. I mean, it's like rules about this. Okay.
But thankfully, we are allowed to drink.
Yeah. But actually, Wonosobo is not that hot,
Yeah.
so we don't really thirsty.
Yeah.
But we felt like cold Coke, and then feeling hungry when we looking at the people who cooking the fritter or tempe gemuk, right?
Agree. Especially the smell.
Yeah, especially the smell, and of course, talking about the fitness and maintaining our healthiness. What kind of food that you usually eat to maintain your body healthy? I mean, it's like to make your body still healthy in fasting day.
I usually eat food that rich in carbo, fiber, and protein, such as rice and then yogurt or egg that rich in protein, and food that rich in fiber too. It maintains better energy levels for me. Yeah.
How about the
especially in
portion?
summer.
How about your portion?
I still the same as usual. Even I am not fasting, like just 1 plate.
One plate with so many centong nasi, so many scoop.
No.
Because we have a different size of plate. Maybe I have a big plate, you have a more a big plate.
The plate is the entire table.
Yeah.
Just normal plate.
Okay.
That's for sahur, but for what is that? For iftar, I usually my mom usually cooks like fries. Yeah, she always makes fries, and I try to avoid that things because oh my god, it's full of fat. I don't want to eat it. I have to eat my meal as soon as possible. So I will skip the fries.
But you always eat a carbo every day.
Yeah.
At the same time, you eat a protein too.
Usually yes.
Oh, usually yes. No, you don't eat a protein every day like a carbo, like a rice.
Carbo? What do you mean?
I mean, it's
Sorry?
like you eat carbo every single day, right?
Yeah.
But you eat protein too, but not every day.
Almost every day.
Almost
Yeah,
every day.
almost every day.
What kind of protein that you usually eat?
My mom usually cooks like fish or chicken or tempe or tahu is also rich in protein too.
Yeah. Nabati protein,
Yeah.
right? For me, actually, when I eat carbo and protein at the same time, I will directly sleep. Yeah, it's really make me feeling like sleepy so much. I mean, it's like I can handle my eye and I just sleep without. I mean, like unconsciously. I just sleep for maybe 1 hour or maybe 30 minutes because when I eat carbo and protein at the same time, it really influence my glucose.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what do you usually eat for iftar or pre-dawn meal?
This is the epic point. I mean, it's like I don't familiar to eat rice before Ramadan in normal day, but after Ramadan, I always want to eat rice. I always want to eat carbo in a gorengan form, in a fritter, and I always eat any protein who come from the carnivora. I mean, it's like a chicken or meat or maybe fish. That's make me always easily sleep in the afternoon after the iftar, and I will say honestly, I oftenly doesn't eat taraweh salad Yeah, because I'm too sleepy, and then I'm trying to don't eat rice, but it's still like like my mind tell me to come on, come on, eat the rice, come on, eat me. The rice is always coming up in my mind. I'm trying to eat only 1 or 2 spoon of rice, but it's never enough for me. So I'm trying to consume fruits and coconut
Coconut
water.
water?
Yeah, to make me feeling fulfilled in the first time. When I break my fasting day with the coconut milk, and the first time after the azan or after the sirine, I will feeling a half of fulfills. So I don't really need to eat so much rice. That's my tips for my body. I mean, yeah. Air kelapa ternyata secanggih itu bisa bikin kita kenyang dengan cepat, jadi bisa mencegah makan nasi berlebihan.
It's so
Yeah.
powerful.
Yeah, it's really powerful, and it's really help my metabolism system because I can really digest my food in my stomach, and usually I a bit a bit hard to going to the toilet every single morning, but after I drink coconut water every single iftar time, I easily to go to the toilet every single morning. Yeah, it's really helped me. Okay, maybe this is your turn to tell about your story about your fasting day, Abi and Revi. Do you have any tips to like me to maintain your body digest maybe, or your metabolism, or your stamina, or your body endurance? Do you have your own tips?
Yeah, I'm really similar to Miss Revi. I'm probably going to explain why you need to balance out carbohydrate, fiber, and protein. It's mostly because protein and fiber helps you feel full for the entire day.
Protein.
Yeah, because fiber, your stomach needs a lot of time to process fiber and also protein. So your naughty stomach will not say, I'm hungry. It's meal time, because it's still trying to digest fiber and protein. And for Pesona Inspira at home, who is confused on what do I eat to fulfill my protein and fiber intake, well, if you don't like meat, or if you are not allowed to eat meat like me, you likely would want to try to eat any vegetable that are green. And my favorite ones are called edamame.
Edamame.
Yeah,
Okay.
edamame contains a lot of fiber and protein. And if you want to eat rice, make sure to pour a cup. No, not a cup. That's too much. A little bit, a teaspoon of chia seed.
Oh, chia seed. Yeah.
Chia seed also contains a lot of fiber, and it is tasteless, so you won't taste it if you don't like the taste of peanuts or seeds. It is tasteless, so you won't taste it.
Yeah.
So but a warning: if you are not used to digest a lot of fiber, you will have trouble in the toilet. You will have trouble in the toilet, and if you're not used to eating edamame, you will probably want to fart a lot. So just be careful.
Okay.
Always consult to your doctor or medical professional for your own needs.
How about the aroma when we eat too much edamame and we going fart openly?
It
It could be bad.
It depends on your stomach.
Okay.
Try to smell it yourself.
Okay. Because when we eat too many eggs, it will influence our aroma of our fart, right? It really smells bad.
Yeah.
But I never eat too much edamame, so I never know about the aroma of our fart when we eat too much edamame.
It depends on the people, really.
Okay.
Yeah, just try to be careful when you fart. Go outside.
Okay.
And then lastly, my last tip is trying to not eat direct sugar. What I mean is like sugar in a crystallized form. You can eat sugar in carbo food, for example, noodles, rice, bread.
Yeah, right.
But try to minimize sugar in the form of just straight up sugar. Like, for example, adding your tea or coffee with a lot of sugar, because it will spike your blood sugar. Spiking
of
your
course.
blood sugar makes you feel hungry and crave more sweet. I want more sweet. I
Yes.
want more sweet, like that.
Yes.
If you like sweet things, yeah, try to limit it, because when you eat a lot of sweet things later during the day, you will want more sweet things. So that's just
Yeah.
my tip, I guess. Avoid eating direct sugar.
Yeah, of course. And before the fasting months of Ramadan months, I mean, it's like I never eat rice again for about 6 months. But after Ramadan comes, I starting to eat rice. That's why I'm pretty shocked. I mean, it's like my body maybe pretty shocked because I never eat for 6 months, but I'm trying to eat rice in a big portion. That's why I easily get sleepy directly after eating rice. And before the Ramadan comes, I always do what you say, Abi. I mean, it's like I drink mineral water with chia seed, and then I drink mineral water with a squeeze of lemon, and it's really helped me to digest and to lose my weight. That's why actually, honestly, I lost about 11 kilograms.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 kilograms since from September a year ago. Yeah.
September last year, so it's only September, October, November, December, 6 months.
Yeah, 6 months. Of course, 6 months. But after Ramadan comes, I'm trying to handle myself to make it still survive in this week. I mean, I hope I don't I don't destroy my effort before the Ramadan comes. Okay, before I asking about Revi tips, I wanna reading. I mean, it's like I wanna read the chat who come from the Persona Inspira, our listener. There's Persona Inspira who already sent his message from Pak Atmo in Kulon Kali. In the past, in Wonosobo, the signal for breaking the fast wasn't a siren, but the sound of an explosion that went dung 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 dung. So in the past, back then, there is no siren. When we want to break our breakfast, we always depends on the sirens who come from the mosque or maybe musola or maybe radio. But past times, the siren is just come from dung 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 dung, like a traditional one.
Ah, yeah. I know
Yeah.
that.
Yeah, because maybe Revi is still very young, never know about it. So thank you for Pak Atmo Kulon Kali who already announced us or already give us the information. Thank you, Pak Atmo. And so we'll back to Revi. Do you have any tips or trick to maintain your food, or maybe you have tips to eating something that make you feel always healthy and in a good stamina?
As I said before, I have to eat something that contains protein and carbo, and usually I just eat something that my mom cooks.
Okay.
Yeah,
But that's
Like-
best.
yeah, because I don't want to complain my mom, and then because she will. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So for the tips, actually I don't have any tips for that because I always cook what in front of me.
Okay.
Yeah, like at least if it's healthy food, I will just eat it. And if I think that it's not good to me, I will skip it because I am mature enough to decide what I will eat.
Okay. So there is two kind of people who break his or their iftar with two kind of the way they break their iftar. I mean, it's like there is a people only break with a one kurma, and then
Oh.
salad, and then tarawih, and they will eating a big portion. I mean, they will eat like a rice or protein after tarawih. So it means about 8 p.m. maybe. Yeah. But there's a people, include me, directly eating everything when
Yeah.
iftar comes. Where do you choose? I mean, how about you?
I have my meal when iftar. Yeah. So usually after hearing the adhan, I will just eat. Maybe, but I will skip sweet things. I will skip sweet things. So I break my fast by drinking some mineral water, and then I have my meal and skip the fries or bread or something. Just my meal. That's why. Even when I do, or even when I perform tarawih, I'm not feel sleepy at all because I still, what is that? I still have some energy left, so yeah, that's fine.
Or maybe you can handle your portion of your meal. That's
yes.
why you're not feeling sleepy when you tarawih. Okay. How about you, Abi? When you break your breakfast, even you can eat once per day. When you break your fasting day, what kind of the way? I mean, it's like how you break your breakfast. You will eat your meal directly, or you just eating some snacks or sweet things?
I will eat my meal directly, and that meal is of course regularized. So during Lent, during the month of Lent, actually we are not allowed yet. We are not. We are called not to eat these types of things. We are called not to eat something that is too much. We're not called to eat something that is too expensive.
Okay.
There are lots of
And
rules.
No, too expensive. There's a limit, and
Okay.
we're not allowed to eat something that is. Wait, no, I think there's only two.
Okay.
Too much and too expensive.
Too much and too expensive.
Yeah, just eat like you usually eat, because you still need to feel like you are.
How
fasting,
if
right?
we usually eat too much? I mean, it's like we don't eat too much, we don't eat too expensive. But how if I'm already eating too much every day? So how I could know that I always eat too much in normal day before the fasting?
Do you eat too much in every meal, like in breakfast, lunch, or?
Maybe
Even-
could be. It could be. It
Could
could be. If there is a person like that, how that person can know,
Okay,
can
okay.
identify that he already too much in
Okay,
every
okay.
day.
Okay, if you have that problem, then I think you should consult to your doctor.
Okay,
Because I think that
that's
is
good
called eating
Good
disorder.
answer. Okay, good answer.
I think that is called eating disorder, and you need help.
Yeah.
But usually people know when they are full, and when they are full, people usually stop eating.
Yeah.
But if you have that kind of problem, like even if you're full, you just want to eat, yeah, that's probably called eating disorder. For those type of people, maybe the month of Lent is the time you can maybe heal yourself, like
Yeah.
limit yourself during eating. And Ms. Rafi kind of like asked me, is that relative? Expensive is relative?
Yeah. I want to
Right?
ask that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
what's the standard for expensive?
Yeah.
Is there any limitation?
Yeah.
Of course, there's a limitation, because whether you're rich or you're poor, you will given a box during the month of Lent usually. A box is like a donation box that, so even if we are having even if we fast, our money that we used to buy food, we put in a box.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So the more expensive your food is, the more you have to put in the box.
Okay. How if you already save so many money? I mean, it's like you already save 1 million in the box, and you will buy a meal that has maybe 100,000 rupiahs, but you already save 1 million. It's less than 1 million, right? It still could be expensive too, or it's still not expensive.
So, yeah, I guess you're right. It depends, yeah. Because the rule is like this: if you happen to be rich, which is good for you, you eat expensive stuff every day, which is also good for you. During the Lent, you have to put the same amount you used to make dinner or make lunch or make breakfast into the box, into the donation box. So if you spend like 300,000 per meal, then you have to put 300,000 in the box, and then you eat lunch, and then in the evening you put 300,000 like that.
Oh, we must to keep back.
Yeah.
Like we must to save the same amount with before we take it from the box.
Yeah. Not like that actually.
Okay.
So, example, if me, if I spend 50,000 rupiah for breakfast, 50,000 rupiah for lunch, 50,000 rupiah for dinner.
Okay.
During the month of Lent, I only eat breakfast, for example.
Okay.
So I will only need to put 100,000 rupiah in the box every single day
Oh.
in replacement of lunch and dinner.
Oh, okay, okay.
So the more expensive you usually eat, the more that you need to put in the box.
Oh,
So even
okay.
even people that are rich and wealthy, they will want to regulate themselves in order to not put too much in the box.
Okay. So it sounds like practice to be to be wise to use the money, right?
Because the money you will give it to the church in the end.
Oh,
When
I
we're collecting
see.
the money, we have to give it to the church.
Yeah, you have to give it to the church, and they will manage. To give it to people in need usually.
You giving your money after the rest of accumulations money in the end of the 40 days,
Yeah,
or
in the end-
every day, or in the end.
in the end of the 40 days,
Okay.
the culmination
Mm-mm.
will be given to the church in order for them to give to the people in need.
Oh,
Usually like
okay. I think it's interesting enough because we can control ourselves to be more considering about spending our money, because when Muslim fasting days, it should be more wise, but sometimes we
Yeah.
already more spend money too much in
Yeah.
a fasting day, right?
Because we want lots of things, so we buy lots of food.
Yeah.
And we're even not sure whether we can finish it all or not.
Even we never think about the next day. We just
Yeah.
spend our money to buy A, B, C, D, A
Yeah,
to make us
exactly.
feeling like satisfaction. But after this, we just cry because our money lost, and we could eat and we could eat the rest of the food, right?
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
differences about
Yeah.
how to maintain our fasting day with our money.
Yeah, we're gonna not allow it because our philosophy of fasting is like we don't eat for someone else, not for ourselves. So when we refrain from eating, we actually do it for the people in need who cannot eat every single day, 3 times a day. So our philosophy is like we need to feel how the poor people feel. So
Okay.
we limit it like that. So if I eat only once a day and then I spend like 1 million for my food, it ruins the spirit of fasting.
Oh, yeah.
It's not the point.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
correct.
I'm starting to understand with your explanation, because for some Indonesian people, sometimes they are too creative to be to be tricky to their life, right? Well, if there is regulation that we can eat as long as doesn't spend too much money in the box, maybe they will give more than they can give before. I mean, it's like they will save their money more than they can save their money before their fasting days. I mean, like that. Yeah, but when I already listen your full or completely explanation, I'm starting to know that this is the good way to practice our nafsu. What is nafsu in English?
Our desire.
Our desire to be controlled by ourselves, not by the vibes of the months, or not by the vibes or people, let's say, like a wartag chill or anything, right? Yeah, and talking about the maintenance of our stamina, of our healthiness, do you ever feels like you need to keep your mind sharp during your fasting day? I mean, it's like you feels like you can really concentrate enough with your work, with your job, because you already fasting for 1 or 2 days, and you need to really a free time to getting relaxed and keeping your mind to be sharp again. Do you ever has some experience like that?
To be honest, in the first day of Ramadan, I'm feeling like, I don't know, maybe because I don't get used to it.
Okay.
Because the last time I fast like months ago. So when the first time of Ramadan, I'm feeling like
Why?
I'm so sleepy and I don't have any energy left.
Okay.
But after a few days left, I can handle it. Yeah, I keep productive. I read a book with my friends, and then I also recite Quran with my friends, my online friends. I think I just need to get used to it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe my body just shocked because suddenly I have to, because I'm not allowed to eat for 4 hours, right? It's almost, I'm not sure whether it's 12 or 13 hours. Yeah.
For me, honestly, I will speak honestly. I need a free time for myself to be relaxed because I just feeling stressed with our geopolitical news and of course with my working pressure. And sometimes I feels like this Ramadan is the hardest time Ramadan that I have ever facing another Ramadan. I mean, this is the hardest time because we always see so many bad news in social media or maybe in online media, and we already have to facing about the Indonesia economy, and of course sometimes we feels like, all the main meal, I mean, it's like a sugar, rice, and some of tea or coffee getting higher and higher. The price is getting higher and higher. So for the wife or maybe for the why is it like some mom will thinking of about the economy, their own economy, right? Yeah, it for me it's the hardest time. It's the very hardest Ramadan for me.
I see.
I see.
I think you're right to say that in this time of the month you have to feel relaxed, because if
Yeah.
you're stressed you will spend more energy and towards not to a productive thing if you're feeling stressed.
Do you know what I want today? I want to escape from to another country.
You wanna move to another country?
Yeah.
Kabur aja.
If I have a chance, if I have opportunity, maybe I already escape.
Where do you wanna go if you can?
Switzerland or maybe New Zealand. Switzerland or maybe New Zealand, because Switzerland and New Zealand for me, in my point of view, is more safe than Indonesia, and about the economy, they're more stable.
But you're not afraid of frogs, right?
Frogs?
Yeah, are you afraid of frogs?
Yeah, a bit.
A bit?
Yeah.
Are there
Because in
lots
New
of
Zealand
There's so much frog.
because in New Zealand sometimes frogs came out of your toilet.
Oh my god! But
Just a warning.
but in Indonesia, sometimes snake come from our toilet.
Yeah, I guess 50-50.
But in New Zealand there is no like dangerous animals, right? Like snake or
Of course there are,
Python.
like any other
Really?
country. Yeah, but it's not as bad as Australia.
Oh, okay.
Everything can kill you in Australia.
Yeah.
But
You have already experienced to travel in New Zealand or Australia.
not really. I haven't been to any of those countries, but I
Okay.
often see a lot of people in social media, a
Okay.
lot of Australians and New Zealanders. Wait, no, they want people in New Zealand want to be called Kiwi.
Kiwi.
Yes,
Why?
the people they want to be called Kiwi. I don't know why. Maybe there is a bird called a Kiwi bird, and it's their national mascot. The bird is their national mascot. Maybe the people want to be called their bird mascot Kiwi. Like for example, people of Indonesia, we want to be called Indonesian, right?
Okay.
People of Singapore, Singaporean. Malaysia, Malaysian. Australia, Australian. But the New Zealand people want to be called Kiwi. I don't know why.
I have a wrong thought. I when you mentioned kiwi, I just focus on kiwi fruits. yeah. I never knew that it's reversed to the citizen. It means it refers to the citizen, right? Like Indonesian, Singaporean, but in New Zealand, Kiwi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe because New Zealanders are too long.
Oh.
Maybe because New
okay.
Zealanders are
Zealanders.
too long.
Okay,
They want to be
okay.
called Kiwi.
Okay, we already talked about anything besides the stamina and fitness during Ramadan. So
Yeah.
maybe it's the time for us to break
Yeah.
and back to listen the song. So for all Pesona Inspira who wants to join us, we still wait for you, and we will come back after this song and this commercial break. So here is it. I can speak. Pesona Inspira, we still come back in I Can Speak, and now we're gonna move to another segment, which is listener time, because we have two listener who already sent us a message. So I will directly move to listener time. Pesona Inspira, saatnya Pesona Inspira bergabung di 0823 2383 9996. Is listener time. Listener time. Okay, honestly, before a chat from Mbak Mia, we already have a chat from Pak Atmo Kulon Kali, who already joined us in the opening of our conversation. But we already read the Pak Atmo message, and now I'm gonna read from Mbak Mia. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good afternoon, Mrs. Valia and friends. How are you all? I hope you always happy and healthy. Amin. I like this program. Sometimes listen, sometimes I go. Amazing for this day. I will one song from Justin Bieber and Guns N' Roses. Thanks. I wait vocabulary from Kenteng. Thank you. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Okay, Justin Bieber already play. So I hope Mbak Mia already listened the Justin Bieber song too. And the second message come from another country. Okay, I will make you guess what country that sent us a message.
Which one, Miss? Is it
hold on.
from
Asia?
Is it from India?
Oh, come on, one by one. Repeat please.
Asia?
Asia. Maybe yes, maybe no.
Is
Turkey.
it?
Yeah.
I already got my guess.
Okay, you should give time to Abi first to guess.
Okay.
Okay, this is my friends who already listen us from the streaming link, and he already listen us start from the opening of this program, and every single I Can Speak he always listen. I will read it. Okay, first of all, I will wait. I need to scroll my phone. Okay. He said that our episode today is a good episode because we're talking about the fitness, and he loves to do some gym in a gym center, and of course he thinks that our conversation is too good to be listened because maybe you are an English teacher, so he can really easily understand.
Wow, thank you,
Wow,
Mr.
Mrs.
Okay, you can call him Akin, Mr. Akin.
Oh,
Thank you, Mr.
Akin.
Aki.
Okay, you're welcome. And I hope maybe there is another foreigner to listen to us in the next episode, maybe, or maybe there is more Pesona Inspira who wants to send us message. Please send in 082323399996. And because of we still have one segment which is Learn with Pesona, and we will give you new vocabulary. So we'll go to the next segment that is Learn with Pesona. Vocab today.
Kosakata baru apa hari ini? Let's enriching our vocab. Perkaya kosakata baru hari ini bersama Learn with Pesona. I can speak.
Oke, Pesona Inspira, di segmen kali ini kita akan berbicara dan memberikan kosakatanya dalam bahasa Indonesia ya, biar Pesona Inspira yang lainnya mudah untuk mencatat kosakata baru yang kita berikan. Untuk Pesona Inspira yang siap-siap mencatat kosakata baru, boleh ambil pulpen dan kertas atau bukunya ya, biar bisa segera dicatat. Oke, mulai dari Abi dulu atau Revi dulu yang kasih kosakatanya?
Me.
Oke, silahkan Revi.
Oke, yang pertama ada fasting, artinya
Fasting.
berpuasa.
Mm-mm.
Fasting.
Please don't forget to spelling in bahasa too.
Oh, FASTING.
Okay, fasting. And then
Yang kedua adalah hydrated, yaitu cukup air atau terhidrasi. H Y D R A T E D. Yang ketiga ada maintain, artinya memelihara atau menjaga. M A I N T A I N. Yang keempat adalah healthy, sehat. H E A L T H Y. Dan yang kelima adalah breakfast, artinya buka puasa. B R E A K F A S T.
Oke, breakfast gitu ya kalau bahasa Indonesianya. Selanjutnya Abi silahkan.
Oke, kata yang keenam ada fitness, artinya kebugaran. Oke. FITNESS. Yang selanjutnya ada recommend atau menyarankan. RECOMMEND. Next ada schedule atau jadwal. SCHEDULE. Next ada workout atau olahraga. WORKOUT. Dan ada satu lagi yang artinya sama-sama olahraga, yaitu exercise. EXCERCISE.
Oke, mewakili Pesona Inspira yang masih awam dengan bahasa Inggris nih, pasti pertanyaannya akan sama. Kapan kita menggunakan workout dan kapan kita menggunakan exercise karena artinya sama-sama olahraga? Mungkin Mr. Abi bisa jelasin.
Sebenarnya kedua itu bisa menjadi sinonim, workout sama exercise ya. Cuma konotasinya berbeda mungkin.
Gimana tuh?
Mungkin kalau ada yang dengar aku mau exercise gitu ya. Aku mau exercise itu konotasinya lebih santai. Exercise itu sesuatu yang lebih santai.
Kayak push up gitu.
Push up 5-10 kali, jogging atau jalan-jalan. Tapi kalau workout itu di bayangan orang native, mungkin sesuatu yang sweaty gitu, yang berkeringat. Yang mengeluarkan keringat banyak. Angkat beban. Lalu basket, sepak bola, dan panjat tebing macam-macam itu.
Oke. Sementara kalau sport juga kan artinya olahraga, tapi kalau sport itu in general gitu ya, secara umum gitu ya.
Kalau sport itu olahraga yang ada permainannya biasanya. Itu baru sport. Seperti badminton, tenis, itu sport.
Oke. Jadi untuk Pesona Inspira yang mungkin saat ini sambil mencatat nggak tahu bedanya, itu juga dicatat ya penjelasannya biar bisa lebih tepat ketika melatih menggunakan kata-kata tersebut. Dan kalau dari Valia, karena tadi Valia mengucapkan digest gitu ya, Valia mau nambahin satu kata ini, digest, yang artinya adalah mencerna. Spellingnya DIGEST atau DIGEST gitu ya, digest gitu. Ini artinya adalah mencerna. Oke. Jadi kita udah kasih lebih dari 10 ya, jumlahnya 11 malah ya, dapat tambahan dari Valia ya. Dan kita akan tentunya kembali ke topik yang tadi sudah kita perbincangkan. Jadi kita kembali ke segmen Light Conversation. To be able to voice aspiration, we must be able to speak. So here is it. I can speak. Okay, Pesona Inspira, since we already gave you new vocabulary and of course reading all your chats, so we're gonna back to our topic today, which is how to maintain fitness during the fasting day, or how to maintain your healthy during the fasting day. So for this topic, maybe there is so many question that we don't talk about it before. For example is, what are the benefit of eating dates kurma when we breaking our fasting day? Do you have any idea about it?
I guess Miss Revi, because I never ate dates.
Okay, please Revi.
To be honest, I don't like dates.
Because too sweet or?
Too sweet.
Oh, okay. So you don't have any idea about it too?
Yeah,
Okay, maybe for me, as far as I know, because that has what is it like content of sugar, so maybe it could be avoid us to consuming another sweet things like Esteller or maybe like chocolate in a iftar time. I mean, it's like it's enough for you to break your breakfast with one kurma because it's already content of so many nutritions and one of them is sugar. Yeah.
If I may speculate, I think it's also a culture from our friends in Saudi or our friends in the Middle East,
Yeah.
that back then you will have a hard time finding sugar there.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
maybe
yeah,
to
yeah.
sweeten your food, you will eat dates along with your food, so it becomes sweet. Maybe, and then it becomes culture. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe it become it could be a culture who come from our friends from the Middle East, who come from Indonesia. So we eat that every single day, or maybe it what is it like a direction from the Quran
Yeah,
to
sunnah.
teach us, like a sunnah to teach us to what is it to break our breakfast with kurma, right, or with dates. And okay, the another question. So sorry, I'm so slippery tongue today. Do you think swimming, when we talking about the sport and maintain our healthy in during Ramadan, so there are so many sports that we can do, right? Well, for example, like a swimming. Swimming is so fresh for us who already what is it like less energy from the fasting days. But do you think it's suitable to do in fasting month, in fasting day?
I'm not sure whether I can answer this question from Islam perspective, but I personally try to avoid swimming because I wonder that I might be accidentally will drink the water.
Yeah.
And it breaks my fast. So I will choose another exercise. I will try.
Or
to
maybe you
choose
can
another
swimming after break the
yeah.
breakfast. So after a cup of mineral water, you can go to the swim, right?
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 hours after iftar. I think I can do it.
Yeah. How about you? Do you have
For me,
your
sorry.
POV?
For me, swimming is a great way to actually help maintain freshness during fast,
Yeah.
because coming into contact with cold water psychologically can help you be stronger. And there are research saying that submerging in cold water for a certain amount of time can boost your mind, can boost your psychology to be more resistant to doing difficult things. Because we don't like cold water, right? But if we force ourselves to submerge our body in cold water, it is said that it will help boost the resistance in our minds, motivate us to do difficult things in everyday life too, including fasting. Maybe if you live near a swimming pool, maybe at at sahur, you can just submerge yourself in a swimming pool for a time. Or maybe like Miss Valia said, after you break your fast, you submerge yourself in cold water in swimming pool. I think it's a great exercise too.
Yeah, of course. And because maybe when we get some fresh water, we can get some oxygen. There is a research that say water contains of oxygen too. That's why when we put many water in the face, we feeling like refreshed, we feeling fresh, and we can swipe our sleepy because there is a oxygen. What is it that near to our face that absorbed by our pores? Maybe perhaps because water. From the research, water contains of oxygens too. Yeah, and of course, when we're talking about the exercise, do you have any advice or suggestion how long we have to do exercise when we doing our fasting day too? How long?
According to the World WHO. Correct me if I'm wrong, everyone. The most important, the minimum time of exercise per week that you have to do to maintain your health and to stay active during your old times later, to maintain your body, is only about 2 to 3 hours per week. So it's up to you to divide those 2 to 3 hours per week, divided into 7, and that is your exercise time.
2 hours per week.
Yeah, 2 to 3 hours per week,
Oh, okay. So
depending on your body.
we can do every day, but maybe the first day only doing for the 15 minutes, and then the next day we can do in 30 minutes, and in accumulate we doing into up to 3 hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
It accumulates per week.
Yeah. Okay, Pesona Inspira, because of we already run out of time, so after this song we will give you some closing statements. So don't go anywhere. Still in I Can Speak.